What's going on, friends and family? This is Terrence Manning. This is my show, My Thoughts Uncut. We're going to talk about a liberal woman who left the US because she thought it was better and she thought she had to leave because of Trump and what the left was telling her. Let's take a deep dive into what she has to say now.
If you're an American who is considering leaving the country to move somewhere else, make sure that the location you choose isn't based off of fear and lack mentality. I regret moving to Costa Rica. It's a beautiful country. I love the nature and wildlife, but
I did hear Costa Rica is pretty awesome.
moving to a third world country where I don't know the language, I don't have any connections, resources, or opportunities, that didn't make my life any easier by any means. I was just so scared of what's going on in America politically that I was in fight or flight. I was like, how am I going to afford to survive? Like, how am I going to find a place to live? Like, I was
How are you going to survive? How are you going to find a place to live? Well, where were you living prior to you leaving the US? You were perfectly fine then. Not only that, back in 2016 when Trump was in office, you were fine then. You didn't leave. But all of a sudden, you listen to this rhetoric from the left and all the liberals channels and news channels on the left and people on the internet telling you that, oh, fascism, oh, he's going to take your rights. And then you decide to uproot your whole life and go to another country that you don't even speak the language.
freaking out. And then I came here and made my life so much harder. And now I'm trying to go back and I just like wish I didn't leave in the first place. And it's so weird to like want to move to America right now with everything that's going on. But I just left so many privileges and resources behind and I want them back. It sucks. But
See, people like her, white liberal women, they don't understand how privileged it is to live in this country. All the things that we take for granted, they just think that they can go to another country and start all over. Internet's better here, the food's better here. Yeah, after a while, she's in Costa Rica, she's going to enjoy the food and the cheaper cost of living and the cheaper cost of the actual prices for the food. But after a while, she's going to want some American food. And that's just normal. She ain't got no friends there. She doesn't have family there. She completely left everyone just because she was listening to the people on the left. Doesn't make any sense to me.
I kind of grew up in an interesting way. I was like the poorest person in the wealthiest rooms throughout most of my childhood. I was extremely wealthy till I was like age 6. I had this beautiful waterfront mansion with a private beach and pool. And then my parents got divorced, and I ended up with a parent who didn't have money. So we were living out of like trailers and hotels and lower income housing. But I was
Well, here's another issue. Your parents divorced, and I'm going to assume that, the dad is the one that was a breadwinner and the mom wasn't. You live with your mom instead of your dad, which your mom probably refused. You live with your dad, and hey, that's how it is sometimes. But I'm pretty sure your dad still provided some way. But you live in a trailer all of a sudden? You went from living in a nice home to living in a trailer? I don't know if I believe that part.
still in these really wealthy situations. Like I was in private school and cotillions and dance lessons. And I always thought that I was so poor
Whoa,
because I
whoa,
was
whoa,
the
whoa.
poorest person that I knew. And all of my friends thought I was situated lower income housing, but I was still in these really wealthy situations. Like I was in private school and cotillions and dance lessons. And I always thought that I was
You see, this is why I call cap. So she says she was still in private school and dance lessons. That costs money. I don't, that costs money. So clearly her father or whoever was the other one, that other parent that wasn't living with her any longer, was still providing an education and extracurricular activities. So how poor was she really? And that comes with clothes, that comes with food, with the extracurricular activities, that's come with uniforms. So I don't buy it.
so poor because I was the poorest person that I knew. And all of my friends had like millionaire and billionaire parents. Now that I've traveled, I've seen like real poverty and I'm like, oh, I wasn't poor. But
Told you.
as a kid, I had these really luxurious vacations through my friends and family members where like my first introduction to Costa Rica, it was like
This this woman is saying that she went on vacations, nice ass vacations with her friends. She is so privileged. She was able to do things most people can't do. Travel the world like that and be with your friends at the same time. So how poor was she really?
when I was 17 years old, I came with my friend's family and we stayed at exclusive resorts. We were having lunch at the Four Seasons. And like, same with my Hawaii experiences. My family friends took me and we stayed at the Grand.
Guys, her do you guys know how much it costs a vacation to Hawaii? The average cost is between 5 and 6,000. What? What? This woman is spoiled out her mind and privileged out her mind, and she's talking about she was still poor growing up, and then she has the audacity to leave this country because she thinks that everything's going to be taken away. She's had everything her whole life.
Wailea and the Hyatt, all these really fancy luxury resorts. And we would explore the areas too, but you know, living in Nanavale or Pahoa is very different than taking a vacation at the Grand Wailea or Four Seasons. So, you know, my travels and moves, I've really realized how privileged I've been. And there's a lot of things that like made me run away from LA and Orange County, some traumatic experiences and terrible people. But I
I'm sure the terrible people that she ran away from were just people that were probably Republican. They probably voted for Trump, definitely, and they were MAGA. And they just didn't even say anything rude or mean to her. They just told her that they were voting for Trump. They probably just was very upfront with her and very blunt with her without being disrespectful, but she couldn't handle it, so she ran. That was probably one of the main reasons why she left. Probably had nothing to truly do with Trump. She just wanted to feel special. She just wanted to be part of the crowd that all said that they were leaving. Because right after Trump got elected, everybody kept saying, all these celebrities was like, oh, I got to leave the country. Well, listen, lady, these people are millionaires, multimillionaires. They can get up and just go, and they'll have help. They'll have their helpers with them. They hire people to do that. Probably took a private jet to the other country, wherever they decide to leave to live. It's just it's just unfortunate that people like her are weak minded and they just listen to every single thing the left says about Trump and about Republicans. This had nothing to do with her really being fearful. It was more so she wanted attention. That's what happens. She wanted to be part of something. All her other friends that she grew up with, and she says she grew up in like Orange County and she's around rich people all the time. They probably business minded people. Her dad probably is a business minded person, and they tend to like keeping their money, not being taxed overly. And that's what the Democrats do. So her friends grew up Republican. She couldn't handle that. So what did she do? She left. This is just sad.
left a lot of resources and great people behind, and I need to be in
See?
those environments again. I really miss luxury environments.
So there you go. You can tell she's very privileged, she's very spoiled, and it took her leaving the country all alone to realize how much she actually missed being in the United States of America and how much this country is so much better than every other country out there. Yeah, it's great. You can go to Costa Rica for vacation, but to live, no. America's where it's at. This right here proves that they are so delusional that they will just completely uproot their life and leave their friends and family and leave everything they know behind. She has no culture whatsoever in Costa Rica. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with her, you disagree with her, you agree or disagree with me. Also, hit that like button for my YouTube algorithm. Let me know what you think. Peace.